It has been 90 days and it's that time again. We need to do a visa run or border crossing or whatever the technical term is nowadays. Because we now live in Bangkok, we have to drive either all the way down to Ranong or we need to go to Cambodia. But we decided to go to Ranong. The old escort has been checked, the oil levels are fine, and we are about to head off on a 9-hour drive. We are bringing our dog Eden with us because she has nowhere else to stay. So we're booking ourselves into our hotel down in Ranong and we're going to cross the border down there. But we're driving all the way ourselves. Okay, let's get you in the car. The visa run experts of Bangkok will tell you that Cambodia is probably our closest option. But we've been to Ranong before, so that's the reason why we're going there. It's easier for us. And we fancied making a trip out of it. So, long drive it is. Anyway, enough talking. Time to head off. We are 1 hour and 44 minutes from Ranong. I have been driving for hours and we just stopped for a quick break at the petrol station. Don't need any fuel, but we do need to go to the toilet and walk about. I think Eden's overdue a stop outside. Gonna go out, Eden? So far the drive here has been a bit boring, a bit uneventful, nothing spectacular about the roads. Road conditions aren't that bad. They're not dangerous, but they're not very good either. Nothing really to report. Just want to get to our hotel now so we can chill the F out because we're going to do our visa run tomorrow. We booked a hotel for 3 nights so we can break up the long driving. And I think this old car could use a break too. We have almost hit 100,000 kilometers on the clock. I was saying to Stash, I cannot miss that. I have to get that on video because it is a very iconic moment when you run your car around the clock. So when we see 000000, hopefully I'll remember to film it. Okay, Stash has just gone to get me some wasabi peanuts and then we're going to head to the hotel and relax. We have arrived at the Patu resort in Ranong. It took about 9 hours to drive here in total. Surprisingly, I'm not as exhausted as I thought I would be. The last 100 kilometers of that journey was actually very beautiful. So, despite the boring first bit, the last bit was actually lovely. Just grabbing the rest of the bags and then it's time to fully check it. We've stayed here before, but a long time ago. I think they've actually re-renovated the place. It's very beautiful, let me show you. So, Patu Resort, pet-friendly hotel. Here's the reception area. Some nice water. And our room is up there. Annoyingly, they have a lovely swimming pool and we forgot our swimming costumes. Nice looking room. Eden has already found her place, as usual, on the bed.
Just jumped up.
But this is where we're going to be staying for the next few days while we deal with this visa run. I'm not going to film too much because I want to keep this video visa related. So we're going to go get some food later and then head off tomorrow for our crossing to Myanmar. Right, it's the morning of the visa run and I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous. It's a bit silly, but it's because we haven't ever done a visa run from Bangkok before. Whenever we go to a new border and cross over, you never quite know what the procedure's going to be. Usually we do our visa runs in Mae Sai in Chiang Rai and we've never had a problem with the 90-day crossing. It's just that feeling of going into the unknown and not knowing if you're going to be allowed back in the country. So let's hope there's no problems.
We are heading to Sapanpla Pier, which is quite difficult to find. It's actually, you have to go into a petrol station and then the pier opens out behind the petrol station, so from the road you wouldn't know it was there, so it's quite a weird location, but that is where we're heading. It doesn't look like we'll be able to park at the pier because there's not very many spaces and it's very busy and lots of cars coming and going, so we're going to go and find somewhere else to park now. Okay, we parked. Now we're going to walk back to the pier and begin the visa run.
We are back in Thailand. That was not easy. We're going to explain what happened. First of all, quick puppy walk, because we're glad to be back in the country with our dog. Are you glad we're back, Eden? Yes. Thank goodness you made it back in the country. I think the first thing of note to mention is that coming to Ranong to do your visa run is not really recommended. Sasha and I have proper non-immigrant B-type visas, and even we still had big trouble getting over there and coming back without issue. Whether you have a proper visa, tourist, B-type, education, or you just come here for 30 days, I still think you'd have issues at this particular border because they seem a bit confused.
And they were very strict as well.
I think we spent the first 10 minutes explaining to them what types of visa we had because they didn't know the difference between our B visa, which comes from London, and the visa you can get in Thailand, which is completely different.
For the visa that you get here in Thailand, issued in Thailand, the B visa, you need a work permit for. But the one that we have from London, you don't need a work permit for. And they didn't want to really know that.
No, they didn't know the
just kept
difference.
saying work permit, and we were like,
we don't have one.
Have one. They were like, we'll go away then. We were like, well, no.
Yeah, we can't. After we spent 10 minutes or so explaining that, the first guys let us go through and said, okay, fine, we'll let you do it this once and this once only.
Yeah.
And then we headed off on our visa run. So the first thing that kind of happens is a boatman approaches you, right?
Yeah, before we'd even left the immigration line, a boatman had approached us and offered to take us over to Burma and back, to which we agreed. And we paid 300 baht each for the return trip, so 600 in total for both me and Jay, and it was a shared long tail boat, so there were 4 other people on the boat on the way there.
They stopped twice on the water on the way to Koh Tong, so you stop at a customs building and you stop at immigration again, but you don't actually get out. The boatman takes your passports and just does like a little semi-check between points.
The town that you arrive in Burma is called Koh Tong, and we didn't have any problems at the immigration there. The boats take you directly outside the building, so you just jump off the boat and walk down the little pier bit, and then the immigration building is right there.
You get approached by like kids and touts like when you first arrive, and one of the touts was like, oh, I'll help you out, and so we had to pay him 100 baht tip later, but
which
we didn't realise that was going to happen.
He asked for more, a lot more, but
Yeah.
we were like, no way.
You can negotiate, but anyway, you do get bugged a little bit over there.
There's lots of children
Asking for 5 baht to hold your hand
money,
so they can take you out
touch
the boat.
you, they want to
Yeah.
asking for money, but
it
that's
doesn't-
just it.
It doesn't feel dangerous, doesn't feel like
No.
they're trying to steal from you or anything. It's
No,
not
no.
like people trying to mug you or anything. The town itself is actually quite pleasant, and I would recommend spending maybe even an hour or two just walking about,
Yeah,
because
definitely. The first time we have actually been there before and done a visa run, which is why we came back.
that was a year ago.
Yeah,
Things were different
yeah.
then, and just it's a pleasant place to walk around. They've got a really nice market. They've got some pretty temples. And
Yeah, there's a temple up on the hill that you can go up to, and you can buy some fruit in the market.
Yeah.
Sit and have a coffee somewhere.
It looks different from Thailand. The people
yeah.
are obviously Burmese and they've got the Tanaka makeup, and it's a much prettier port than the one we usually go to in Mae Sai in Chiang Rai. So it's actually a much more scenic visa run to do if
Yeah.
you didn't have any problems on the
It's
way.
an interesting place, and if you want to get some pictures or film or something, it is a very good place to go to. It's very different.
And if you wanted to buy whiskey or cigarettes, they're actually supposedly much cheaper there. All the touts will tell you, but we don't buy that.
If you've got the time, like we just went and came back straight away today, and didn't go into the town. But if you have the time and you want to make more of a day out of it to do a visa run and get to see somewhere new, then I definitely recommend stopping for a while.
You're not allowed to travel further than 24 miles outside of the port from where you arrive in though. So if you do any kind of tours or whatever, they will only take you within that region. So keep that in mind. You can't actually go to Koh Tong and continue into Burma. That's just a fact. That's the same with every land crossing.
Vicinity.
Yeah. At immigration, we had to pay $10 each. They still accept the $10 bill there. But where you exchange it, it's up to you.
Or it's 500 baht, so you can give 500 baht, but if you can change up
you save
into dollars, then it's obviously a bit cheaper.
Yeah, just make sure the $10 note is minty crisp. It cannot have any folds, any writing, anything on it. That's just standard in Burma. I would suggest getting it from a bank before you even get to the port, because you'll get your best exchange rate from there. The journey back was again quite scenic. 30 minutes on the boat, wasn't too choppy on the waters, so it was quite a pleasant ride. But when we finally did get back to immigration, problems began again. Even though they said we could go and come back and get our 90-day restamp, we ended up having a little bit of a semi-argument with the boss lady who had now appeared and was now insisting that we needed a work permit. We just smiled and we said sorry a lot, and we gave like big cat eyes and said, please, please, you know, my dog is here, everything is here. And they basically said, okay, fine, just this once, it's okay. The Mae Sai border and the Koh Tong border are apparently very different, even though they're both in the same country. Keep that in mind. If you choose to do a visa run at Koh Tong from Ranong, you will have troubles, whether you have any type of visa, official or not, or you're just in the country for 30 days and you want to extend. I wouldn't bother coming to this one. It's too risky. You never know if you're going to get back in or not, and we are relieved that we're back with our dog.
Yeah, I feel we got very lucky today.
We did get very lucky, and we won't be coming back to this border again to do any
here.
kind of run here or extension.
The lady did say that the first time we done the visa from Ranong, and we showed her the stamp and said, look, we've had it done here before, and she said, no, it's changed now, that doesn't matter anymore, it's different. So you never know when the rules are going to change. You never really know what's going to happen. So, I do feel quite lucky now.
Visa run from Bangkok to Ranong, not recommended.
Not easy.
Not easy, not recommended. Right, we're going to go get some lunch because we're feeling like we need to de-stress.
Yeah.
But we're back in Thailand for 90 days. Yay. So visa run complete.
And Eden's here.
Just chilling by the swimming pool, waiting for us to come back to Thailand. You can stay in Thailand as long as you want, can't you?
You just can't go back to England.
Yeah. So that was our current visa run from Bangkok to Ranong. It's currently 2015, July. In case you're looking at dates, things change a lot. I'm going to sign off the video here, explore the town, and perhaps make a few videos about that too. So we will see you next time. We are very glad that's over. After driving 9 hours all the way from Bangkok to Ranong, spending the better part of this day dealing with immigration people and having stresses that we've never had doing a visa run in Thailand in our lives, we are glad it is finished and dealt with, and we can now stay in Thailand extended from the 90 days. Ranong itself is actually a very beautiful place to come. I would say it's worth visiting if you are in the area or if you're nearby. It's quite peaceful. There's some nice places to go and eat. Just don't do your visa run here. It's not worth it. There's way too many complications, and I feel like the immigration staff haven't quite caught up with the rest of the country. Now that Sasha and I have got our extended time, we are going to make lots more videos about Bangkok, so stay tuned for them. Remember, you can support us by liking this video, sharing it around, so other people can get the information about what it's like down here. And also, just want to say thank you to our now 26 patrons who are supporting our channel financially, which is awesome. Thank you so much to everybody that's doing that for us. We really appreciate it. Now we're hungry, so we're going to go get some food and see you next time. Bye.